it was a Drake song he was thinking about. We're gonna respell it. You're good. But anyways, as he was saying, it has been a huge year for yourself, and I know you started off going really crazy early in the year, and then you had your injury. But how's your body and your mind right now?
Body's doing good. Knee is healing up faster than I thought. Yeah, I mean, I was really like, I feel like as soon as all the Olympic shit was over last year, like I was on a mission to street skate, and I knew like the second half of last year and this year, I was just going to be going as hard as I possibly could. And obviously, it was a bummer that it got cut a little short. But man, I was still stoked to be able to put out all that footage, and man, I'm just hyped to still be as juiced as I am to be out in the streets and to be a fucking skateboarder because I really am still so motivated.
Um, you know what? I think I was what was pondering in my mind is what actually took place to cause the injury. What were you doing?
Um, Bro, it sucks. I wasn't even like trying anything that fucking crazy. Like I went to this gap to rail. It was like an eight, I think it was like an eight flat nine, like kinked rail, and I was gapping to the second part of it. I wanted to do gap nose grind, and I was just warming up, trying to gap grind it. And I think it was like really low, and I just popped so high. I actually still haven't posted the clip on my Instagram. I have a whole YouTube video I'm gonna post, explaining everything soon here. But I think I just like popped too high, and my truck just like slipped off right away, and I just landed in like a very awkward position on my legs, and like tore my ACL, fractured my tibia. There was like a bunch of shit that happened. Um, but I mean, fuck, when it comes down to it, like I've gotten out of so many sketchy situations with. I mean, even like I posted some falls on the Instagram yesterday of that Franklin 18 battle nollie board slide, and like there was one of those falls. I feel like if anything, I should have tore my ACL there. And I just go back and think like, damn, like I've gotten out of I've escaped death so many fucking times that like I gotta at least be thankful that it took this long to really be like have a bad injury.
Even with the injury, like and all this other stuff, I know that you were. I know that that was like a damper on your year, but you come off that recent monster trip, stacking those
Side
clips.
mission.
Yeah, side mission. It's like, bro, were you like planning when you got back to the States to just say fuck skateboard, I'm about to go crazy and just what I'm saying? Like you were really stacking out in fucking Germany over that little bit of time. So what was that? Was that like a warm up to really get you going because you were trying to make like a end of the year push or
No, no. I mean, like I said, like all throughout the year, I was trying to stack as much footage as possible, and like whenever, even when I was here at home, I mean, I did most of my filming here at home. I like doing most of my filming at local spots in Cali, and basically whenever my body was good enough to skate, even on weekdays, I was out in the streets trying to stack clips. But when that trip came about, I was stoked to get some footage outside the country and skate some new spots. And then like I was only there for 6 days, but they sent me a bunch of spots before the trip, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm definitely gonna be able to get some clips out here because there's like a bunch of rails, a bunch of good shit to skate." And then like I was getting like a few clips every day of the trip, and then I think maybe like 4 or 5 days into the trip, I'm like, "Oh shit! Like I actually like have enough footage stacked on this trip that I might be able to make like a little mini part out of it." So then once that was in my mind, I was like, "Fuck, I just got to keep going and try to get as much shit as I can." And the last day of the trip, I think I flew home that night, and I was skating all day, and I was just my body was roasted, bro. I was just like pushing through so hard, just like trying to get whatever I could. And I don't know, I feel like I get in these mindsets on trips like that, and just with street skating in general, and just like want to go as hard as I possibly can. And also like I call it conditioning,
yeah.
like just straight conditioning your body on trips like that to just skate every fucking day all day. And I was doing the same thing on that disorder trip that we took, I think back in March, to Miami.
That was
And
Miami,
that
yeah.
trip, yeah, that trip we were going and we skated 2 weeks straight every single day. And I mean, I'm a good TM, so I'm on these guys' asses. Like even though we're in Miami, I'm like, bro, I'm staying here for a few days after the skating part of the trip is done. We can party and have fun then. But these first 2 weeks, we're going in. We're going and hitting spots every single fucking day, all day. And that's what we did. And it's crazy. After you get through the first few days of like soreness and like taking impact, jumping down big spots on trips like that, it like becomes easier on your body because your body gets conditioned to doing that. It gets so used to it that you wake up every day and you're ready to go do it again.
That's
So
like football. You know what I'm saying? That's like they used to have
exactly.
conditioning before, like weeks before they would go actually start practicing. So that makes a lot of
Yep, yep.
sense. 100%.
Let's just go into the fact of everybody else's footage. I know you're also really hyped on skateboarding as a whole. Have you seen like Tyshawn's parts or T Funk's or even Louis? Have you had time, because I know you're doing a lot of PT and actually trying to do your business? Have you had time to catch up on skateboarding or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I watch skate videos almost every day, to be honest. And I actually just watched T Funk's part right before this because that was the only one I hadn't watched yet, and that shit was crazy. He was fucking ripping all around SF, getting the most crusty spots, rough ground. Like, bro, I love watching that SF type skating, those GX 1000 dudes, and just fucking ripping down hills. That shit's so fun to watch. But I like watching all types of skateboarding, bro. Like, very hyped on everyone skating. Louis is, I mean, it's hard to even keep up and remember how many parts that dude puts out because he puts out like at least like 3 parts every fucking year. And I feel
Yeah.
like he's had a good chance of getting Soty for many years now. Um, and Tyshawn, I mean, obviously like the king of pop, skating over shit, all the tricks he's been doing, the nollie tray flip over the rail into the bank, like bro, that shit's insane. And it's funny because like when kids, I see comments and kids sometimes like try to compare like mine and Tyshawn and Louis skating, and it's just not something you can compare because we all skate so fucking differently.
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of, I'm the rail skater, go big, beast, kink rails, whatever. Tyshawn is fucking highest pop, skating over things, skating over anything and everything possible. And then Louis is just straight creative. He's just so like
Creative
almost
tech
almost
master. Yeah.
almost every
And it
trick
looks
in his
beautiful.
yeah, almost every trick in his part is like something that like you would normally never see someone do. Like that one trick that sticks out is that like fakie roll on fakie switch crook he did, and then like
Mm-hmm.
half capped into the
Hit the
bank.
wall. Oh my
Like yeah,
god.
like ain't no one. You're not seeing anyone else do that shit. So it makes me laugh when kids try to like compare and be like, oh no, he's better. Like his skating sicker. It's just like, bro, we all skate so differently, and that's why skateboarding is so sick, and that's why I even love watching like random people's parts. I watch like almost every video that Thrasher posts, and
Mm-hmm.
even if it's a name that I've never heard of, I'm still gonna watch the part because I love watching everyone skating. Everyone skates differently, and that's what's beautiful about what we do.
Do you ever take the footage for like adjustments in your skating, like almost inspirational tactics, or are you just kind of enjoying your time to watch all these different forms of skating?
No, I definitely take inspiration from people as far as like, yeah, as far as tricks go sometimes, and especially as far as spots go. Like I'll always like, normally when I'm watching someone's part, I'll at least like take a photo of like a couple spots and be like, damn, I want to hit this one day.
Yeah, because
It sounds like it gets you hyped too. Like, do you watch skate videos before you go out to skate?
Yeah, 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 for sure,
what's
for sure. I
with
mean,
you and what's up with you and this fakey front big type shit that you've been getting into lately? Like motherfucker did one to switch nose
Yeah,
blunt
that
and
was
the
insane. And
back.
then the
What's
back
up with
lip
you?
on that big
I ain't
ass
never even
rail.
seen you do one of them hoes before, motherfucker. Now all of a sudden on
Oh my
rails, you just
god, Malik, why are you calling me?
this nigga is
yeah,
calling us. Oh my god.
yeah, bro, that was a random one. I like learned it one day at the barracks. I did it down the little hubba there, and I've always wanted to do it on like a proper street hubba. I'm thinking maybe one day I can try it on that Miami blue hubba.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
but
Damn.
the little one I filmed for the part, it was like a little mini hubba, but I was still hyped on it, and that was actually one of the sickest days filming for my part. That was a few months back. I think that was like soon before I got hurt, and that was the same day I did the crook, the little kinked rail, and then revert out.
Oh, what the one where you went through the
Oh,
bushes through the
that's
tree?
the
Yeah,
craziest trick. I
That's
swear
my
to
trick.
God.
That one is nuts.
Yeah,
I
the
was
way
on
you
that. I was with
ducked
that one.
through, and it didn't even
Yeah.
look like you was about to go out fakey, and then you did. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
that shit was bullshit.
that
That was some
that whole
finessing
that
bullshit.
whole day was so random, bro. I think I just got back from a trip to Europe. Maybe it was that Germany trip, and Actually, no, I was in Rome for a contest. Got back, was feeling good. Went out in the streets the next day. I think we like checked out a couple other spots and like didn't work out. It was a weekday, and then randomly came across that little mini hubba spot. Got that line of the Thicky Bixman blunt, and then wanted to skate more. Came across Ant showed me a photo of that little kink trail. I was like, yeah, we could drive by, check it out. I don't really know if I want to try anything. And then I actually tried some even more random shit there first. I tried to back grind. There's like a rail on each side, and they both kink to the right like that. So I tried back grind and then hop to the other side to front board. And I got like completely smoked on one, so I was over it. And then I was just like fucking around crooking it after. I landed one crook through it, but I just noticed the way the rail was taking my body and my shoulders while I was crooking it, and then it just popped into my mind. I was like, "Fuck, it would be sick if I did a revert out of this," and I feel like it's possible because my body's just taking me that way. And it's just a good example of like how fucking random the streets can be sometimes, and just like the situations you can get yourself into, and the tricks you can do and think of if you just keep your mind open.
What a couple people I've seen was saying was the switch heel front tail blue Miami hubba you did to, or switch heel 5-0, was that on purpose? Because
the switch. Say that again. Say that again. Someone's trying to call me.
Oh, you know the switch heel 5-0 180 that you did?
Oh,
did
at
you
the
mean
blue
to
hubba.
do that one?
Call me.
Because the way you got into that 5-0 was crazy. Somebody calling you? Tell them hang up. Fuck them.
Yeah, no, I declined it. Bro, yeah, you're talking about the switch heel 5 180.
Yeah, was that on purpose, nigga? Nah.
You
Hey,
could tell us here. Look,
great accidents happen. We ain't tripping,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Yeah, we're not gonna be mad at
it's
you.
not
on
like
this
it was
side.
your ender or something. It wasn't your ender. But I just looked like the way you got into. I've seen you switch heel 5 before, so I'm like, I know that you know how to do, or not switch heel 5, but I've seen how you direct your switch heels for a lot of your tricks. So was that one like?
Switch heel tail's been a trick you've been doing a lot too, for sure. So
yeah, switch heel tail something
fully on purpose. Okay. And I honestly can't believe. I mean, I guess I understand a little bit why people would think that, but I think people that know me and know my mindset and know my skating well enough know that that is something I would try. And also, like, bro, around that same time, I did switch heel tail down O-side hubba, so I'm not gonna go to this. I'm not gonna go to this a hubba that's twice as small, and also like a spot that I'm fucking hyped to skate and only switch heel tail it. Like, if anything, I would have tried to switch heel tail 270 or big spin or something.
That's what I was thinking. I thought you were probably trying to do big spin, and then you probably looked at the clip when you got in the 5-0, and since you were just like, oh, that actually looks kind of sick, because I know you're growing your bag of tricks as well. You can see it in these recent parts. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh shit, maybe I can keep this one. That's kind of what it looked like, more so than being like, I accidentally did something, because motherfucker, I've seen you repeat tricks if they look weird or a tic-tac.
Yeah.
So, and then also letting a couple of those go by and not trying to do them too clean. Like, actually living out, like having a little more style and flavor and a little more finessing your arms and stuff, and some of your tricks I've been realizing as well. So
yeah,
when I seen that one, I was like, well, this motherfucker pulled it. He looked at his shit.
We talked about how much like you had a level of swagger on that part that just it was insane.
No, thank you. No, that trick was actually a battle. I battled that for a minute. It was towards the end of the trip, so I was pretty dusted, and it was hot as fuck that day. So I was just like, damn, I actually tried another trick after that too. I tried to switch heel front nose it, but that didn't work out. I got to practice those more. But yeah, the switch heel 5, I just like, it wasn't working trying to lock in like full 5-0. And I had done a couple down the small hubba at my park, locking in like kind of that front crook way. So I was just like, fuck, I got to just try to do it like this and see if it'll work out. And it did.
Yeah. Also, you do not cross lock. What the fuck is up with that? Do you just not believe in it?
I just saw a comment from someone about this today. And yeah, I don't like cross locking because I just feel more comfortable just locked like heel side like that. And it's especially on a kink trail, because I've watched so many videos of people cross lock and they hit the kink and they slip in a feeble, and I'm just not about that. I don't want that to happen to me. But
so you just say fuck it.
That's crazy.
My whole shit on the lines.
yeah. But the ender and the need that part, I actually did cross lock. Crazy.
Yeah.
I was random.
I peeped. That was like, but do you feel
but the fakey
like you
50,
needed it?
the fakey 50 on that triple kink, that was that was
the green
insane.
rail,
Like,
the fakey
Yeah.
switch 50 from that's in Shine On, right?
Yeah.
So, and also just film and direction. Do you film with Ty on those one parts? Because obviously I know that you're one of the bigger skateboarders. So do you try to film for like a normal person to get a visual of skateboarding when you go out with Ty, like those angles and those lines? Because it looks way more cinematic than like an amp part. You know, not to try to compare the two. Like, do you guys have a vision for this can be played on your local television thing as a part? And do you have like this can go to Thrasher, like with or Nike? You know what I'm saying? Like your shit. Like
No, I never really thought of it that way, but like I do appreciate Ty's filming for that reason because it does put a totally different vibe on a video part. And I mean, obviously, if you're putting out fucking 4 parts in 1 year, like it's a lot of it can easily look a little similar, especially to like the average person out there watching it that might not know as much about skateboarding. So I think it's sick how Ty puts that more cinematic vibe on it. But when it came to filming my main part this year, the Need That part, as soon as I started filming for that, I knew that I wanted it to be more of a classic, raw skate video part, and that's why I filmed it with Ant.
how long were you guys working on that, you and Ant? Like how the idea for it? And
I mean, the earliest clips we got for it were like COVID times.
Okay.
Beginning of COVID, yeah.
So you guys were able to get out there, and then what do you think was throughout COVID? Was it a hard time for you to skate, like with the world, or was it a better time? Would you say?
No, I loved it, bro.
everything was closed, huh?
Everything was closed, bro. We would be out on the streets. I'd start in fucking Laguna Beach, my house over there. We'd go hit a spot around in OC. We'd go hit a spot in LA. Then we'd be out in fucking Riverside, like all over the place, no traffic, just hitting so many spots every day. That shit was great.
I want to ask you about your ender spot, right? The up down rail. How did you find that? And how long did it take prep work? Because you guys put that little concrete ramp right there. Like, how long did that take? Like, I want to know about that process.
I think that was Ant that found it one day. It's at the Moore Park College.
So he put you up to that bullshit. When we find Ant, we'll fuck Ant Travis up. Yeah, let him know. Anyways, continue your story.
We went to Moore Park. There's some other famous little rails there that people have been skating for years. So went there, I think sometime last year, and then we pull up in the parking lot. We all park, and then Ant sends me this photo because he got there a little earlier. He's like, "Bro, look at this. This is doable. Like, might have to build like a little ramp to it because it's kind of high to pop from like this." But like, he's like, "Fuck," Ant gets so juicy. He's like, "Fuck, this shit's doable." And I look at it, and I mean, at first glance, when you get there, it doesn't really look that doable because it just looks fucking crazy. It's like a steep ass rail. So to even if you like had like so much fucking pop to get without any sort of bump, it would have been so hard because it's so steep, bro. Like the bump kind of made it easier to like momentum your speed up to the rail, but like that shit, you can see how steep the rail is. And went there one night. Made the little bump actually out of concrete the night before I did it. And that shit, we were there till like, it took way longer than we thought. We were there till like 4 a.m, so I didn't even get that much sleep that night. And then woke up the next day, went and handled it, and that shit, dude, even though we made like that little mini bump to it, bro, that shit was still so hard. Oh my god.
How many tries?
So hard.
Like, how many tries do you think that one took you?
Probably like an hour and a half. So like maybe, probably at least like 50 tries.
Any upovers and downs and like hop offs or?
So there was one that I made it to the bottom and stuck, and I think I got wheelbite or something, fell. I was so pissed that I had to go put myself through it again. And then there was a couple sketchy ones where I like had to run down the stairs, fall in the dirt on the right side. There's that pole on the right side where this is what was going through my mind the whole time I was trying it, is like, you're standing up so tall on the top of that rail. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, if I'm leaning to the right any little bit, like I have to just like let myself fall into the dirt, because if I decide to bail too late, or if I get stuck on this rail, like, bro, you're gonna hit your head on this pole and fucking die. So
So
that shit was
the sentence
scary.
you just said is you're gonna hit your head on this pole and fucking die. Bro, why?
It
Nyjah,
looked
like,
like there
why
was
is
like a
that?
light pole right like really close by
Why,
at the end.
you see what light pole did to Cater? That shit created his career. He don't even skate rails no more. Listen, look. Why, bro? What is your fuel to get up and be that fucking insane, like, in treating these huge ass rails like ledges, bro? What is your shit, bro? What makes you still all the success, all the things you've done, all the tricks you created, the way that people have literally came from Japan to skate like you and be like you, and like, what still makes you want to get up and do this shit, bro? 16 years later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I question the same thing sometimes. I'm like, damn, like I've been street skating actually and filming for like 20 years now, because me and my dad
Yeah.
were literally going out when I was like 7 years old, hitting fucking rails and
Yeah.
shit. And I'm like, damn, I can't believe I'm still this juiced on it. And if anything, like, my love for fucking street skating and going big and sending, like, it only grew more throughout filming this video part. And I just think, like, damn, how is that even possible? I really just think it's like me as a person. Like, I feel like I'm so meant to do what I do. I'm so meant to be a skateboarder. Everything from physically to my mindset on the way I go about skateboarding and the way I think about trying these tricks and spots and stuff. Like, I really do get so fucking juiced. And like, for example, after I landed that grind that day, that was like earlier in the day, and we still had like probably 3 more hours of daylight. And I went and filmed that other line to the back grind down that
No.
big 21 rail. That was the same day, yeah. So that's just like,
You
those are just
out your
So
fucking
so
mind.
in total you grinded like 60, 50 stairs that same day.
No, you did not. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. There's
I
no way you
swear,
went.
I
No
swear,
way.
bro.
You do up across and down, and you go get more.
Yeah. I swear,
Okay.
Damn.
bro, you just get juiced on these sessions and on these tricks, bro, and you just need more. It's really like an addiction. That's just the best way to describe it, is like the adrenaline, the excitement, and everything you get from trying a trick like that and then landing it, and like the reward you feel within yourself. It's an addicting feeling that you just need more and more of.
But with that, do you ever go to a spot because of your level of consistency, being like, you know what, I'm most likely gonna land this today? Or do you ever look at a rail like, bro, what the fuck am I getting into? Let's hope for the best.
I let all the thoughts go through my mind, and I think that's a reason why I'm good at doing what I do, is because I'm okay with accepting the consequences of what could happen. I know there's a lot of like people out there, and I've been on sessions with some homies, and I'll be like, fuck, like this spot's sick, but what if this happens, or like this is a little sketchy about it, and they're just like, bro, like, why the fuck would you say that? Like, I don't even want to skate this shit anymore. And I'm just like, bro, you gotta accept that what we do is fucking dangerous as shit. And sometimes, I mean, like, some of these spots could straight up take your life. I mean, if you're like
100%.
if you're doing like a back lip down some fucking 25 rail and you're putting your back to something like that, you hit your head hard enough, like some really bad shit could happen. Like, I
You
almost,
have, you have done that. You
yeah,
have
I
hit
mean,
your head harder.
I've
So
hit my head so many fucking times where I don't even like want to know how many concussions I've had. But yeah, I mean, I've came close to fucking having brain damage and shit like that. But my mindset is just like, I mean, if there's any way to get taken out in life or in anything like that, like, this is how it's gonna be. It's how I would want it to be. Like, it means enough to me to it's just all worth it. It's like,
and before we oh yeah, CT and things like that, make sure you stay healthy. I already know you're already on the health path. You drink a lot of water, you take care of yourself. So
yes, sir. A lot of
you know,
vitamins. A lot of
somebody said
vitamins.
that. Real quick, what year was it Zumi's couch tour? Did Element do a Zumi's couch tour? Do you remember that year?
Yeah. I think I was on a couple of those.
So it was, I think it was one before you. maybe it was when you got back. But there's a memory I got of you, nigga. You was warming up doing kickflips. I think we're both, because I think I'm 2 years older than you, so I'm 16 at the time, maybe 17, and you're like 14 turning 15, or maybe 13 turning 14, and you're doing warm-ups and you're with your brothers. And I literally go, Nyjah! I scream crazy as fuck. Nigga, you looked at me, you opened your eyes hella big, and you just got back in the car. I swear to God, bro, that shit was, hey, bro, I'll never forget that shit, bro. You looked at me like, what the fuck is it? Like I was hella far. I was behind like a gate, nigga. I'm like 200 feet away from you, bro. And I looked at you, and then I was so hyped because for me, like, I don't know, bro, like just watching your young self and seeing you open up in videos and stuff like that, I was like, you know what, this is crazy as hell. And I like being a fan of people that do work, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's sick that you literally are willing to like try to, for our community, bro, just do what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck everything else, like in life, like the fact that you say I'm gonna wake up and try to go as hard as possible, knowing that you literally sit in beautiful houses, you do what you do, like you at what it seems like is the goal for a lot of us. I think it's dope that you still wake up and try to do this shit and compete, you feel me? So and yeah, as somebody said in the chat, I am the biggest fan girl of skateboarders. I do, you feel me? Like I love Tyshawn, and I love Louis, and I got love for Nyjah, I got love for everybody, Tristan, everybody, because honestly, it's like, bro, this thing has given us everything. And then to see what you part wise, we gonna leave. I'm talking about skate parts and footage. You be in your bag. So I think also thank you for coming on for my bro show, even though I do a lot of
100%.
talking.
No,
I
big
got
no.
ADHD.
big
Of
time.
course.
Thank you so much for being here because
Yeah,
like
man.
Gary was saying, like I've watched you skate forever. You've been a big influence on my skateboarding for a long time. So just you being here is huge. So shout out to you and thank you for coming here, giving us your time, speaking, talking about your parts.
Nigga, you see, I got the dreads now. I got the Dookie dreads now, nigga. I took over.
Yep.
It's me.
Bro,
I got it.
bro, Gary, I was dying. I was watching your skate line when you were talking about my part, and you said something about my hair like growing out, and like you're like, damn, this nigga's got a Jerry curl now. Like, bro, I was fucking dying, bro.
You did. You got the little. You had the little Jerry curl bust. I see.
I got the little poop going on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
Look,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Hey, you start twisting that
Easy.
motherfucker, you'll be back. Look, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You start twisting, you'll be back. I'm just fucking with you. Do your shit. But I want to say, nigga, he's black as hell. Get the fuck out of chat. Anyways, so I just want to say thank you for coming through. Continue your day. Go to PT. And in the future, bro, keep this shit fun. I already heard what you said at the premiere that you're gonna keep trying to go at it next year. Stay safe. Keep your head up. Watch your surroundings, bro. For real. And everything like that. He said his knee's fine. You wasn't here earlier, but yeah, please be safe. Hey, Ja, be safe. Okay.
Yes, sir. You guys
And
too.
watch
Appreciate
your
y'all.
company and be cool. All right.
All right,
Peace,
guys.
nigga.
Good
Get
talk.
outside, do something.
All
And
right,
he not
boy.
even on his ROG. He on his phone. This a FaceTime call. We just extended it. His shit probably HD. We try to keep your contracts up, nigga. Look, I got you back. It's good. I got you.
All right, boys.
I'll talk shit to you later. All right,
All
boy.
right,
Be
Nyjah.
safe.